Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com. It is the first full week of September, and that means it is time for some fall planner spreads. All right, so today is the day that I kind of kick off some fall planner spreads, and I'm going to start out by using Fall Icons Volume 2 from Kellofaplan. I have a full flip through of the sticker book up on my channel. It is gorgeous, and we're going to start just right here at the beginning because to me, this screams decorating for fall, which is what is going to be happening very soon in my house. So I'm going to dig in. I've also pulled out some gorgeous autumn leaf stamps that I would like to be able to use in my spread this week. So let's kind of see how it all comes together. I will link things down below. Otherwise, let's go. All right, so to get started here, I'm actually going to use my sticker planning guides. These are from the Happy Planner, and I just use the blank ones. I lay them over the top of my pages. No, they don't line up perfectly, but it's going to let me do, well, I think the equivalent of maybe sketching out your idea. You can put your stickers down on these guides and kind of figure out the placement, figure out where you might want them, and still be able to move them pretty easily, which I find really helpful, especially when I'm doing a spread and kind of trying to envision where I might want to do stamping before I actually start stamping on the page. I would say I definitely have a formula for where I like certain things to go on my vertical planning spreads. I love a double box somewhere on the weekend because I feel like a lot of weekend tasks are just to be done over the weekend, maybe not necessarily on a specific day. I love checklists or bullet points in the middle of the page. It brings my attention to them. I like what it looks like. I like the clean look of them going across the page. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out a couple of the elements that I know I want there. And then that helps me kind of figure out the rest of my layout from that point. So we're going to go with the checklist. I love that Kellofaplan sticker books have both decorative and functional stickers. You know you're going to have the boxes that go with the right colors, and you know you're going to have some gorgeous decorative stickers, but it's not so many different stickers where you're like, I don't need 14 spreads of the same feel. She gives you a nice variety, which I think is fabulous and makes her sticker books very, very usable. The other thing that I have a tendency to do is put the functional boxes where I place all scheduled events. I put that all in the top row of the vertical boxes. There are times when I want to change it up, when I want kind of a different look, but if I'm being honest, this is a really busy time. The kids are back to school. All of their activities have started again, and it's a little crazy around here. It's making me kind of regret some of our choices on doing all of these different things. But that being said, I need it to be really functional and really impactful, and I don't want to have to kind of search around my page for what is being scheduled when. There are times once I get more in the flow of what our fall will look like, then I'll be a little bit more okay with changing up the look of the planner, but I really need it to be functional first and then pretty afterwards. In case you're wondering how I decided where these functional boxes were going, I am looking at our schedule for the week. It is slightly off camera, so I'm trying to decide what boxes I'm going to need. If I have a big vertical box, that probably means there's a lot of things going on that day, so I have several different scheduled events. Sometimes it's smaller boxes, just individual events. I look at the schedule and figure out where I want those boxes to be placed. And then from the decorative perspective, I'm trying to make sure the colors kind of span the whole page. So for instance, I have a box on Sunday that's that kind of orangish color. It's there to balance out the checklist that is that orangish color over on Tuesday. So I'm kind of making sure the colors are balanced across the entire page. And of course, once I have all my functional elements in there, now I'm just figuring out how I want to include a few decorative elements, where I might want them to be. They're not permanent in these places. I'm just kind of sticking them in the general area where I think that they might be able to fit. Yes, I do realize that there's an opening in that bottom left, and that will be filled in a moment. I'm trying to figure out, I always like to put a coffee cup on Monday. That's another little thing that I do almost all the time. I meet with friends on Mondays this year to get some coffee, and then everyone needs a little coffee to start their Monday. Let's balance out over here. We'll put her there. All right, I'm liking the look of that. So now that I know where I'm going to want my stickers, I can play with the stamps to make sure that the stamping is in a place that can be seen and that enhances the overall look of the spread. These autumn leaves are from By the Well for God. I actually used to be on their creative team. They are a great resource for some gorgeous, gorgeous stamps. So definitely check them out, By the Well for God. I will link them down below, and I'm going to stamp on the spine. Stamps sometimes are intimidating. I realize that. However, they are a fabulous way to add decor into your planner that will not overwhelm the planner, making it super, super thick. You can always write over the top of where you have stamped, so that adds to the functionality of your planner. I'm a big fan of doing it. I need to do it more in my planner because I do have a lot of stamps to choose from. There's a lot of companies that have gorgeous decorative stamps like these. There are some fabulous functional stamps out there that can just allow you to create a custom spread. Yes, stamps are a little bit more of an investment right at the beginning to collect several different types of stamps, to get some inks and things like that, but you can use them over and over and over and over again. So I think they happen to be a really good investment in your craft studio because you can use those supplies multiple times and get a lot of, I get a lot of value from what you're investing in. Now, originally I was going to just go down the spine, but then as I'm looking at my sticker layout, I realized that I could put a few over here to kind of soften the edges of that really long vertical box that I have planned for over on this side. So I'm going to put those on the edge. I actually didn't mean to do that Victorian velvet. That's that purpley color. I didn't mean to do that at the top. So now I have to balance it out with this grayish kind of khaki color. It's called pumice stone. So I'm balancing now, making sure the colors are moving all around, keeping in mind where I have stickers. I'm planning where the stickers are going to be. I do have that girl planned for over in this direction. So let's give her some fall leaves around her so she can kind of, I don't know, be walking through the leaves. I think that would look pretty cool. And I'm just switching between the different leaves to make sure it's nice and balanced. It's just such a fun way to add a unique twist to your spread. It's something that I need to remember to do a little bit more often. All right, feeling good. Yes, that's stamped imperfectly, and no, it just doesn't bother me that much. It just happens sometimes. You can't always control the clarity of your stamping. Sometimes weird things happen. All right, so now I'm going to start moving the stickers over. Sometimes I make some adjustments on the fly here once I'm actually putting it down on the page, but for the most part, I'll be able to just transfer things over. It's pretty simple after that. That's why I love the sticker guides. Yes, I'm trying to make sure it's really, really straight. Another hint that I would give you when working with the sticker guides, if you leave stickers on there for too long, they get harder to remove. So those have been on there for a little while. You can't like walk away from your sticker guides. You can't put them on in the morning and then come back in the afternoon and try to pull them off. It's going to start to tear the stickers. I like to use my tweezers just to help me get the edge of the sticker off. Then it comes off pretty easily. But you can't just leave the stickers on there indefinitely. And the same thing happens with wax paper. Wax paper is another great way to kind of plan out your sticker placement, especially if you're working with clusters and trying to create clusters. Wax paper is a great thing to do. I just really like the sticker guides. I think everyone kind of has their preference. They're either like a wax paper kind of person or a sticker guide kind of person. Let me know which one you use when you're planning, or let me know if you are like the person that just puts the stickers down and goes for it. If so, yay for you. That's amazing. I have to move stickers so often. And so the times that I decide not to use the sticker guides are, of course, the times that end up with lots of torn stickers because I move things all over the place. All right, another hint. I don't like to line up my boxes perfectly with the box lines that come in the vertical layout. I like to do them slightly off. Why? Because I'm never great at lining them up perfectly. So if I do like slightly off kilter, slightly not in the center, for me, it makes it look more intentional if it is a little bit off. I do like creating clusters. I like for things to overlap in my spread, just so that it's not completely linear all of the time. Just gives a little bit more visual interest, and just bringing it down ever so slightly just helps me figure that out a little bit better. So that's another little tip. If you're being driven crazy trying to line up your boxes within those vertical lines, just do it slightly off, just a little helter-skelter, I would say. All right, this is one of those changes that I end up making on the fly. I had this orange box planned for the bottom of this vertical box, but truthfully, I'm gonna put it at the top because I looked at my schedule and there is something happening in the evening that I'll have to add a bullet point for, and something in the morning. So I'm just making room for all the plans. I want them to be in chronological order. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want an evening activity listed first and a morning activity listed second. I think that would drive me crazy. Do you list all your activities in order? Please tell me that you do, that you list them all in order. I think I would actually go a little bit insane if they were in random order on my page. Maybe every now and then if I forgot something and I have to add it later, it might be in a random order, but for the most part, I'm gonna try to make sure I write them out in order. All right, getting this lady down, I have to add just a little bit of whiteout behind her just so that she can overlap, because that is a clear sticker. Gonna trim off the edge right here. And then the last few stickers will go into place. This comes together so easily. Heather stickers, so beautiful, and just the mix of the functional and decorative make it really easy to bring these spreads together. And then B, using those sticker guides allows me to kind of plan things out, to be creative, to change things up. And I love the unique feel that the stamps add as well. All right, last little thing I want to do, I'm going to add a few bullet points just to remind myself that there are other places to write on this spread instead of just the boxes or the checklists. So I like to add bullet points every now and then just to remind me to fill in those areas as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Again, I used Fall Icons Volume 2 from Kellofaplan. I will link things down below. Heads up, those are affiliate links. It does not cost you any more, but it helps me out so much when you are able to shop those links. So thank you in advance for doing that. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. I'm so excited about the month of September in Patreon. We are doing a faith journaling focus. It's going to be all about light, and we would love for you to come and join us. So you can check out Patreon down in the description box below as well. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.